Are you a tweeter? Join us at Worcester's very first Twestival event today on The Express. On today's show,
Working on an immense stage, we have talented acrobats from around the world.
acrobatics with a difference. Then find out who's cooking up a storm.
We all chip in and help learn something new and then eat together in a really informal setting.
And find out what a Twestival is all about.
Well, Twestival is actually a global movement, and the whole premise is to connect social media with social giving.
Join us for The Express. Welcome to The Express on Shore TV. I'm your host, Dorothy Raffo, stepping in for Nicole Fitzgerald. We're at the Whistler Brewery, where the first ever Twestival is happening in Whistler. What better way to get a little patriotic than with a good song? We join reporter Tim Chung in Vancouver, where he's getting loud and proud.
Where else they'll find the air so sweet and the water so pure? Where else?
When you love your city, you sing it out loud for the whole world to hear. Exactly what West Van music teacher Ligia Wancha did with her original anthem entitled Vancouver.
It's about the beauty of Vancouver and how proud I am that I live in this city and how happy everybody that lives in this city should be.
Ligia is a singer-songwriter from Romania. After moving to Vancouver in 1990, she developed a deep connection with her new home and native land. So one day, she decided to put her talents to work.
I always wanted to write a song about Vancouver. I think it's such a gorgeous city. It deserves a song like other cities like New York, like San Francisco. And we know with the Olympics, that was absolutely a perfect occasion to launch the song.
And subsequently, this video, which has garnered 45,000 views on YouTube, not exactly viral, but it is spreading steadily, popping up on popular blog sites like theawesomer.com.
Amazing, it's amazing. It's very hard to, when you don't have the right connection, it's very hard to promote your work. So nowadays it's much easier with YouTube and with the internet. You know, you just put it there and people see you, and if they like it, they will look at it, and more people will look at it.
People like this fan who performed and posted a cover version of the song.
Vancouver, 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 beautiful city of mine.
It's all a part of Ligia's quest to spread a little Vancouver pride, and sure, she might sound and look a bit odd to some, but music is all about self-expression, and at the end of the day, that's what truly makes her happy.
I want to share with as many people as possible, you know what, the feelings that I have and the music and the beauty of everything, right? So that's the most important thing for me, at least for now.
I'm Tim Chung in West Vancouver for The Express.
Vancouver!
The sea to sky hills are certainly alive with the sound of music. To the right of me, we have Big Mountain Rhythms setting up. Behind me, we have Paintertainment painting the Candy Ladies. And over to my left, we have a silent auction. The Twestival is certainly heating up. But what's cooking in another kitchen? We go to some hands-on seniors to find out.
What we need to do is we need to get our dry spices together, and we need to cut up the chicken.
Right size? Okay.
And we're going to need someone to chop these up.
It's an opportunity to interact with other seniors, an opportunity to not have to plan a meal for an evening, not have to worry about the groceries for the night, and to have a delicious, nutritious meal together.
Yeah.
Gathered around the kitchen counter at Myrtle Phillip Elementary, community kitchen participants are dicing onions, chopping apricots, and zesting lemons.
This evening we're doing contemporary cuisine for 55 plus, and it's just an opportunity for people to engage and try out a new cooking cooking technique.
So now we're going to throw the spice in here.
This fun and interactive cooking class, initiated by Whistler Community Services, is spicing up the culinary skills of Whistler's active senior community.
The importance about this cooking program is the fact that we know that they have a large knowledge base before, so it's really just to engage in possibly a theme or a type of food that they've never experimented with before.
Tonight's theme is Moroccan Madness, with Moroccan chicken and couscous stuffed tomatoes on the menu.
People want to branch out and try something new, and a lot of people are scared to, cook with specific ingredients.
I'm not good on spices, and that's nice to know what they put in and the mixture and how it tastes good. I'm afraid to do that at home.
What is this spice?
Playing with ingredients such as cayenne, cumin, and apricots, the students have created an exotic chicken dish that now simmers away on the stove as they put the finishing touches on this evening's meal.
We all chip in and help learn something new and then eat together in a really informal setting. We're doing it once a month, and the next one will be April 6th.
From the aroma-filled kitchen of Myrtle Phillips School, I'm Jessica Turner for The Express.
Cooking classes are held at the Myrtle Phillips Community Centre on a regular basis. Contact the Whistler Community Services for more information. The Twestival is certainly heating up, but what's their recipe for success?
Twestival is actually a global movement. The whole premise is to connect social media with social giving and just bring the global Twitter community together in an in-person environment. There's definitely a feast for the senses. We've got, as you can see behind me, Paintertainment, Carrie and Paulo are painting some live roaming characters. And then to start the night out, we also have Big Mountain Rhythm, which is an acoustic act. And then in the brewery, we also have an interactive art station. And finally, we have a silent auction and gift bag to help raise additional money. It's going to be a really fun, interactive night. We're encouraging people to tweet, to check out the live stream with other Twestivals across the world. This year, there's actually over 150 cities across the world participating, and all the proceeds for each individual city is going to a local charity within their community.
What charity did you choose and why, and how will they benefit from the event?
The Zero Ceiling Society of Canada. Basically, the charity raises funds to help underprivileged youth, get them off the streets and into action sports, and provide mentorship programs so that they can get back on their feet. Every dollar raised at this event will go back towards Zero Ceiling. Everyone is donated pro bono, so we're really excited about that. And then post-event, there will actually be an online donation at whistler.twestival.com that goes until March 31st. So we're really confident that we can reach our goal.
What a great event for a really wonderful charity. Join us when we get back as we head off to Pemberton. Still to come, we weave a tale in Pemberton.
It's very relaxing, spinning. It's really nice. You just sit and you can think about whatever.
And find out who's horsing about in Vancouver.
You're going to see. I mean, they like to run and they like to be together.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Artina's handcrafted Canadian jewelry, 387 Water Street in Gastown and Government Street in Victoria.
Welcome back to Whistler's first ever Twestival. I'm your host, Dorothy Raffo, stepping in for Nicole Fitzgerald, and you're watching The Express. The Zero Ceiling Society has helped over 4,000 youths, giving them the opportunity to learn and grow through the experience of adventure sport. There's so much to do in the Sea to Sky corridor. Let's see what the Wedding Bells are up to this week.
Hi, Hi, I'm Aubrey.
And I'm Sarah.
And we are the Wedding Bells.
I just got engaged.
And I did not. We were on an adventure to plan the big day. The origin of wedding flowers is cited to the ancient Greeks. Flowers are considered the best way to express feelings and emotion. So Sarah and I met with Evan O'Ryan, the owner-operator of Flowers.
Flowers, one of the most important parts of a wedding. I haven't even thought about.
The first thing we discussed was the big B. Budget.
How many guests you've got really determines that. How many tables, how many bridesmaids and groomsmen. Generally speaking, people spend anywhere from $1,000 up to $20,000 worth of flower.
The bridesmaids and groomsmen get drunk, they wreck the corsages, and they leave the bouquet. They just leave it sitting there and the waiters get to take them home.
Pretty much.
And that's what happens to your $20,000. What is the most requested flower?
All the girly flowers, all the classical flowers are still #1. So roses.
What are the masculine flowers?
Masculine flowers are things such as anthuriums.
This is the masculine flower.
Not only this, this one is too.
I was at a wedding a few years back, and the centerpieces were so beautiful, but they were super tall, and you couldn't see people across the...
Couldn't see the cute boy across the table.
But if you're going for something that is slightly smaller, you want people to feel really nice and cozy and warm, that's where you really have to make sure sightline is always theirs.
If your family members aren't getting along and they don't need to speak to each other,
that's
tall.
a good thing to do.
Or you can just do goldfish, which people used to do. Do you remember that?
The poor fish never survived.
We then tried to replicate Evan's masterpiece.
But we're working as a team. I don't think you were supposed to take the leaves off.
Well, I had to. Dun, 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 dun.
The one thing that was not maintained was really the shape.
The next time we saw Evan, we discussed bouquets. Everyone knows that catching one means you're the next to be married.
Your real big jewel that dresses you up more than the dress itself is your bouquet. This is more of a seasonal spring bouquet, so it has hyacinths in it, it has tulips, it has orchids that are locally grown.
Historically, women would try to rip off pieces of the wedding gown and bouquet for good luck. So brides started to throw the bouquet to avoid attack. Thank goodness we're now so civilized. Yeah, I've wrestled for a bouquet.
I once took it out of a flower girl's hand. She caught it, and I was like, I elbowed her.
I feel like I've caught at least 5s. And then it was time for the bouquet making contest. I'm finished.
Okay, I'm finished.
I have to crown a winner?
You have to crown a winner. Well, in that case, let's go see if I can catch lucky bouquet number 6.
You know what they say about bouquets? Are you ready, girls? Yeah? Okay.
Still waiting for lucky number 6. Congratulations, you're getting married.
Thank you.
To that guy she's sitting with over at Starbucks.
No.
For Shaw TV, we're the Wedding Bells.
From wedding planning to Twestival planning, it really is a feast for the senses, with tasty nibbles donated by Nesters and Purebred, and Paintertainment's Candy Girls dressed to impress. The Twestival is a very modern event, but in Pemberton, an artist spins us a tale from the past.
It's very relaxing, spinning. It's really nice. You just sit and you can think about whatever.
Taking a page from a fairy tale, Renate Bareham's medieval home is her muse as she hand spins wool into yarn.
Basically, when you're spinning, what you do is you're just drafting and you're just pulling it out and just adding twist, and then it becomes strong.
Blurring the lines between centuries, this Pemberton textile artist is reviving an ancient art form and starting her woven works from scratch.
This is what happens when it comes back from the mill. It comes back in these bumps. And so this is what it looks like before I spin it.
She starts with the wool of anything from buffalo to merino to alpaca and possum.
So after I've spun the alpaca and cashmere, this is what the yarn looks like.
This medieval craft allows Renate to get the right thickness and softness she is looking for depending on its intended use. Whether she's knitting trendy hand warmers or seated at her weaving loom.
I started with tapestry weaving, and then I stopped for quite a while, and then once I moved to Pemberton, I've been here 20 years now, I started buying looms. Oh dear.
A simple skill in theory, dating back to ancient civilizations, becomes more challenging and rewarding in relation to the chosen pattern.
This is an overshot. When the Lord of the Rings came out, I just loved the cloaks that they had and the pattern on the cloaks. And so I spoke to this older lady that I knew, and she got me the pattern, and I made a blanket with the undulating weave, and so that was pretty exciting.
Renate's skills also include felting. By using heat, pressure, and agitation, it causes the fibers to stick together, which can come in handy when it comes to knitting.
Quite often, when you make something and it's too big, if you felt it, then it fits. And so you can do it with your knitting. You can take knitting and felt it. So if you throw your sweater in the washing machine by mistake, it will come out felted.
Keeping textile traditions alive, you can find Renate's hand-spun yarn at Boggs Fabrics and her knitted and woven creations during the summer months at the Pemberton Museum.
I just like doing it. It's not because I need extra sweaters, but I love the challenge of a complicated pattern, and I love the challenge of, you know, just spinning enough to make a shawl or something like that.
From Renate Bareham's unique hillside Pemberton home, I'm Jessica Turner for The Express.
Renate's spun creations can be found in Pemberton at Boggs Fabrics and at the Pemberton Museum. The top 3 finalists from the Deep Winter Photo Challenge and the Deep Summer Photo Challenge are being displayed here at the Whistler Twestival tonight. It's so amazing to see so much art and talent in one place. Be sure to join us after the break. After the break, we travel a little further to experience a hotel with a toe-tapping difference.
Every night, there is live music here. It's a hot spot for local musicians.
The Easter Seals 24-hour relay sends kids with disabilities to camp.
Please help these kids by signing up for the 24-hour relay now.
Make a difference. Register at 24hourrelay.com.
Who will lead the BC NDP into the next election? Join host Vaughn Palmer and panelists Keith Baldry and Justine Hunter as candidates face off on Leadership Debate 2011 on Shaw TV.
Welcome back to The Express. I'm your host, Dorothy Raffo, stepping in for Nicole Fitzgerald. DJ Foxy Moran will be spinning on the decks later on this evening. But where else can we find some live music events? Kate Bergen has the answer.
Quality Assured Collision Road Trip is brought to you by Quality Assured Collision Services and our network of 18 auto body shops across BC.
Today's road trip takes us to the heart of Nanaimo's historical downtown, the Queens. It was built in 1892 and is a good example of Italianite styling that was popular in the 19th century.
But it wasn't until a few years later that it was actually known as the Queens. It started out as the International Hotel.
The Queens Hotel is a reminder of Nanaimo's early beginnings as a mining town, when a majority of transient single men used the hotel as affordable living accommodations. The ground floor saloons were the social centers. It was a stripper bar for a while, but in 1981 underwent extensive renovations and has been a music venue ever since.
A lot of people that haven't been out for a long time and they haven't been to the Queens for many, many years, and they just assume that it was a rough and tumble place to be. A biker bar, a redneck stop, or anything like that. But you know, again, it's because they haven't been out. When they do come out and they come back and see how much has changed, they realize that it's not that place anymore.
This stage is empty during the day, but at night, and that is every night, there is live music here. It's a hot spot for local musicians, but the big boys, before they got too big, have graced this stage as well.
Ron Sexsmith has played here.
It's been 1 week since you looked.
So have the Bare Naked Ladies. David Wilcox, James Cotton, Sweatshop Union,
In the place with amazing grace moving in and on.
Big Sugar, and the list goes on and on and on.
You can't live on one demographic. You know, so last night we did a hip hop show.
Last Friday night we did a Johnny Cash show. Our audience was probably over 40. You know, last night our audience was well under 40. So we have to have a pretty wide demographic in order to keep it moving. We don't get them at the zenith of their career, that's for sure. You know, like, I mean, Nickelback played here on the way up, and we'll see them on the way back down as well, probably. You know, that's as funny as that sounds.
If the walls here at the Queens could talk, the stories they would tell. But obviously they can't, so the storytelling is left up to the staff.
How's your drink over there?
Billy Marlowe has been a bartender here at the Queens for more than 32 years.
My first day here, do you want to know how I got hired? I walked in to this bar about 1 in the afternoon. I had a full beard I hadn't shaved for 3 or 4 days. And I said to Dell's gone now, but I said to Dell, I said, if you're looking for a bartender, I'm the best you can find.
Billy got a call later that day. If he shaved his beard, he might have a job. He worked one shift and has been here ever since. That was 1978.
There's an old joke that everybody says I'm going to be 70 years old, pushing in a wheelchair saying, do you want a beer? But I don't think so. Yeah, it's been good to me. I'd miss it if I left now.
So the Queens is not a biker bar, as rumors sometimes claim. It's not rough and tumble, but it is one of the only venues in British Columbia that has live music every day of the week, every day of the year. It's a party place, and a place to visit with old friends, and a place for musicians to work and play. In Nanaimo for a Quality Assured Collision Road Trip, I'm Kate Bergen.
Quality Assured Collision Road Trip has been brought to you by Quality Assured Collision Services and our network of 18 auto body shops across BC.
Back in Whistler, we certainly have an appreciation for live music. The Twestival has brought together some of the best of Whistler in hopes to raise money for local charity Zero Ceiling. At the Cavalier, we experienced the stunning beauty and agility of horse acrobatics. The party has certainly started here at Whistler's first ever Twestival. Event organisers Michelle LaRue and Amber Turneau have shown how powerful social media can be as a fundraising tool. Other local charities that continue to need our support are our local animal shelters. Let's see who's up for adoption.
Hi, welcome to WAG in Whistler. This afternoon I'm introducing you to Buzz. He is a playful 6-month-old kitten. He was found on the side of the road when he was a small kitten in Lillooet and has now come to us and become quite a playful, fun cat to have. He loves to purr and to snuggle, but he's also super energetic and a ton of fun. He would make a wonderful family pet. If you're interested in Buzz, come by WAG and spend some time with him. A few wonderful puppies that we have for adoption. They are almost 4 weeks old now, so they'll be ready to go to their forever homes in about 4 weeks. What they are is a mystery. They are purebred mutts, but they are very loving, very sweet, and very fun.
Hi, and thanks for visiting the Squamish SPCA. Here's some adoptable animals we have. So this is Duffy. He is about 6 months old. His name is Duffy because he came down the Duffy. He is a special needs boy. He's neutered, but he has a malformation of the bones in his leg. So he needs an indoor home only, but he loves dogs and cats and kids and everything he can think of. He's super sweet. So this is Snap. She's about 3 years old. She is a Manx. She has no tail. She's a spayed female. Her name is Snap for a reason. She has a bit of attitude, would prefer a home with no kids, no cats, no dogs. Super playful. She's quite the character. She's a pretty girl, that's for sure.
Love pets, love animals. The SPCA and WAG are always looking for volunteers to care for the Sea to Sky's cutest residents.
There are 7 4.5-week-old puppies at the WAG shelter. They are always in need of dog walkers, help at the reception, and of course, socializing with those dogs and cats. Next, we step into the ring with a horse trainer who talks to her equine students in French.
Some people call Sylvia Zerbini a horse whisperer, but she prefers you call her a horse listener.
Sylvia is working with an Arabian horse. She's doing what we call liberty training. The horse don't understand a lot of words, so she is training the horses more with the movement and with some sounds. She speaks French to them, even if she's American. So most of the horse here speak French.
Sylvia is part of Cavalia, the multimedia and multidisciplinary production that showcases actors, dancers, acrobats, riders, and of course, horses.
Cavalia is a show like no other. It's hard for me. I've been working with the company for 2.5 years, and I can't explain it. It's a feeling that you get. I mean, the beauty of the horses, working on an immense stage. We have talented acrobats from around the world that display different, unique art, and the relationship that we share with the horse. And the show is based around the horse.
And so it should be. Cavalia has 49 equine performers from 12 different breeds, doing everything from Roman riding to dressage. But it's Sylvia's unique relationship with the Arabian horses that is perhaps most compelling.
And the artists work with sign, movement, and words, or few sounds. So that's what we call liberty. So they're a group, and they like to be together as a group, and they considered Sylvia as their leader. But the Arabian, they are very playful. You're gonna see. I mean, they like to run and they like to be together.
Keeping the horse's mental awareness is the most important. It's preserving their horse mental is the most important for me. The behaviors that you see are hardly ever executed backstage. Everything I do is on stage.
To keep them interested in performing, these horses spend about 6 months a year at Cavalia's property outside of Montreal, just being horses. It's particularly important when your horses are this intelligent.
I feel like the Arabs are more playful than other horses, and they say that the Arab has a larger brain than the other horses.
I'm Erin Shaw in Vancouver for The Express.
An amazing showcase of equine grace. Now a little closer to home, let's see what's going on in our community. Every mum needs a break and a chance to talk about what the future holds. Join other like-minded people to discover what you want from life. Childcare is provided. A great team-building event for a great cause. Enter a team in the Ronald McDonald House BC Whistler Ski Challenge and spend the day skiing on Blackcomb Mountain, raising much-needed funds for children. Learn valuable public speaking and leadership skills with Whistler's Toastmasters Club. Free sessions are held every Wednesday at the Pan Pacific Mountainside. The Whistler Cup is in its 19th year and welcomes juvenile ski racers aged 11 to 14. With an expected 21 national teams and 375 racers competing, this will be an amazing 3-day event where we can watch the stars of the future. I've got to get my name down for some of those prizes up for grabs in the auction. All proceeds from tonight go to the Zero Ceiling Society here in Whistler. So that wraps up today's show. If you'd like to see your idea on the Express, contact us at sea2skyexpress@shaw.ca. You can also find us on YouTube. Simply Google Shaw TV Whistler. Next week, join us in Squamish for the Sea to Sky Travel Fair. But until then, thank you for watching The Express.
Nicole Fitzgerald's wardrobe provided by Peak Performance, hairstyling by the Loft Salon, and makeup provided by Beauty Mark. While filming on the mountain, parking provided by the Fire Rock Lounge.
Shaw has your district updates.
The Resort Municipality of Whistler is launching the comprehensive update of its official community plan with a community event. At Praise in Action will happen on Wednesday, May 26 between 3:30 to 7 at the Whistler Conference Centre. Join the 2011 census team. Staff are required for a variety of positions between March and mid-August 2011.
Know what's going on around your town? Squamish Council meetings take place on the first and third Tuesday of every month, starting at 6 p.m. at the Squamish Municipal Hall. You can also catch them right here on Shaw TV. Tune in Thursdays at 9 p.m. Whistler Council meetings also take place the first and third Tuesday of every month, starting at 5:30 p.m. at My Millennium Place in Whistler. Watch Council Saturday at noon here on Channel 4 as well. Pemberton Council meetings are held the first and third Tuesday of every month at Council Chambers located at 1350 Astor Street, just above the Fire Hall. The first Tuesday at 7 p.m., the second Tuesday at 9 a.m.